tales. Come along, take my hand. Let's all go to Dragonland.
Hello. I was muted for a second. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that before the image coming through her. Welcome to Shadowrun Dragonfall. Now the only dragon game being played on this channel, at least with dragon in the name. So last time we got ambushed on our way back from our very, very long, very hard mission, which is just supposed to be a regular mission and not a hard mission. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go talk to everyone before we go talk to Paul, which is our mission objective. Okay. No, nothing to talk to Lucky Strike about. Let's talk to... Wait, can we not talk to Simi? I guess she's in her thing? That's where she usually is. That's gotta be her, right? God, I hope she's okay. I mean, she looks like she's just kind of like stuck in. We've been able to talk to her before when she was jacked in, so just a little worried. Okay. I'm gonna go over here and... No, god darn it. There we go. Boost the audio up a little bit. Alright, hey Zach. Please tell me Simi's okay. Two hills. Oh yeah, we can't talk to him either for some reason. Okay. Okay, the work program has been a rousing success. At this point, we only have one more goal in mind to round out the year. I've been in negotiations with Herr Ghazi to lease another building in the Kreutz Bazaar. The construction is much more modern and sturdy than our old shelter. Our people would be better protected there. In addition, the extra floor space would open up a host of new options for our organization. One other thing, Kate Wolf. If we reach this goal, I'd like to name the building after all. After you. You are, after all, the primary benefactor. With 500 yuan, we can make the purchase. How much money do I have right now? Can I just give it to him? I'm gonna give it to him eventually. I just need to know how much money I actually have right now. 40. Oh yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. Here, just take what you need. I got you covered. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, Manifolded. No big deal, Sam. Do good with it. It is a big deal. But I don't know what to say, Cade Wolf. This donation, we have reached our final goal. I will speak with Verkazi immediately and provide him his down payment. Rosa, did you immediately leave? Oh my god. So right before I turned on the camera, they were both on the bed. All curled up, being adorable. And then I set up the camera, started the stream, and Dio had already left while I was setting it up. And then, of course, Rosa left immediately after the stream starts. So, classic Rosa. Classic cats. I will speak to Gergazi immediately, provide him with his down payment. The Cade Wolf Civic Center will stand as a monument to your generosity and care. Thank you once again. You've been a godsend to the poor of the Kreutz Bazaar, and I will see to it that they know it. I don't really like having a building named after me, but also, I gave you 500 new yen, like... that doesn't seem like that much money. I mean, it's a sizable amount of money, but it's not buying a building amount of money, right? You never have anything to talk. Well, I guess you had that one mission for us that one time, but all right. There's the dancer. Oh, we do need to level people up. Should do that at least before our next mission. As you approach the counter, you find Absinthe counting a bundle of antique paper money in the till. She doesn't bother looking up. Be well, human. He's always just out of sight. Hello again. May I help you? That's not actually what it sounds like. Well. That's not very useful. Haste 3. That's cool. I assume that they are upgrading on their own, their spells, but I'm not really sure. I haven't looked specifically. As not being a spellcaster, but their weapons upgraded, like Iger's weapons upgraded, so I assume that Dietrich's spells must upgrade. Just don't know like what tier they upgrade or how fast they upgrade. Hey pal, I missed you. Got any stories for me? She's got a puckish gleam in her eye. What stories around here worth listening to? Well, that's classified information, chummer. Stick around here for a while, you'll figure it out soon enough. In the meantime, a little tip to start you off. I personally like chatting up the old guys. They've always got some great stories. And what do they have to say? Oh, this, that, the other thing. You can talk to them yourself if you really want the info. Just make sure if you want to talk to Altug, you buy a cup of real coffee first. Otherwise, he won't stop pouting at you. What's his deal, anyway? Well, he's taken up residence as the official Turk, stereotypes and everything. Spymaster, coffee brewer, outsider. It works for him. He had to make some sort of living here in the Kreutz Bazaar, you know. He's not got a trade skill. He's not goblinized, so he couldn't hang with Beckenbauer. If he opened a normal shop, he'd be ousted by someone thinking he's stealing their job because he's not German. Coffee shop was a good option because it's obvious. Stays exotic, does what they expect of him, with the intel and stuff. She pulls absent-mindedly at some hair from her face. Sorry, but the intel's up. It's not really useful information. And you probably guessed anyway at this point, but you asked, so... You've been a real doll. Got way too much information out of me, though. I'll see you around, yeah? I feel like I did not get a whole lot of information out of her, but... As always, she's, My organization is displeased with your performance in the AG Chemie Europa office. It would have been very easy for me to make some extra new yen by doing what we asked for you. Whatever, go to hell. Oh, right, this is hell. Altug? Altug smiles at you from behind the counter. Welcome back, Honor. Defend him. How may I serve you? Oh, I can give the cheap booze to him. Found this liquor in my travels. Work with anything? No, not quite. I received cases of this for less discerning clientele. I could offer you maybe $10. Or 10 new yen? No thanks, I'll hold on to it. I think it's actually worth something. I think he's lying to me. I have no reason to believe this. Hey, Malit. Welcome back. What we're gonna do for you? Yeah, do need some tech. Alright, cyberdeck. I don't have any S-class drones yet. Medkits, crushing grenades. I did get the. Did I get it? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I can equip S-class drones. I just don't have any yet. So hopefully we'll get there. Hopefully we'll get there. Okay, let's go inside. A blitz, blitz, blitz boy, b-ball. One look at Blitz's face is enough to tell you that somebody is gnawing at him. He stands beside his table, playing with a coffee spoon. Hoy, what you need? What's going on, Blitz? Well, Chief, I hate to admit it, but I might be in a spot a little bit of trouble here. What sort of trouble? Let's say, go on. There's an awkward pause, then Blitz hollows out ahead. Well, you remember those creditors I told you about? The ones who loaned me all the money? Yes, I do. Yeah, well, as it turns out, some of them are a little less forgiving than I thought they were. Keep talking. Well, one in particular seems to have taken things kind of personally. How personally are we talking here? I got a package in the mail. It had somebody's thumbs in it. You can see I Drew Scanlon gif here. Excuse me? Thumbs? Yeah, thumbs. They came in a cigar box packed in salt. I have no idea who they belong to. I'm pretty sure that they're meant to convey some sort of message. I think that's a pretty safe bet. I don't want to lose my thumbs, Chief. I like my thumbs. I think that I need to pay this guy back. Luckily, I've got a plan. I know how to get myself out of hot water with meat grinder. I've got it all specced out. Your loan shark is named Meat Grinder, Blitz? What? You are such a fuck up. Oh, let me get this straight. You took a loan from somebody named Meat Grinder. This game does often give me the option of reacting exactly how I want to react, so I appreciate that. Hey, Chief. Come on, I feel bad enough about this already. There's no need to rub it in. There really is. Anyway, like I was saying, I can make it all right again, but I'll need your help to do it. I'm listening. Well, there's this group out in Dragonfall. They call themselves the Landenberg Ring. They're a financial crime organization. There's a lot of bad blood between them and Meat Grinder's operation. A financial crime organization. Isn't every crime organization a financial crime organization? I'm assuming they're not a bunch of, like, insider traders. Anyway, back when I was running with the Schweizerherzen, I laid out the groundwork for a hit on the Landberg Ring. I was never able to make good on it, though. For some reason, none of the other gangers ever volunteered to help out. For some reason, I could not imagine why no one would go along with your plans. With your help, I could steal enough money from them to cover my debt and get myself back into Meat Grinder's good graces in the process. So, what do you think? Quick run, just you and me, with me in the Matrix and you as my woman on the ground. We hit them, satisfy my debt, and laugh about it on our way back home. Sound like a plan? Why can I not dispute just him and me? Like, we don't take two people into the field, or rather one person into the field. Especially when it's just me. Except for that one time when it was a stealth operation, we took two people. But then I was taking Iger, who is way more reliable than Blitz. Like, why can't we just take the whole team and have them all make fun of Blitz? I said alright. You gotta tell me about this in the future. No problem, Chief. No problem. Not a problem at all. You can count on me. Now, if you excuse me, I've got some last minute stuff to take care of before we get started. Oh. Thanks. No sweat, Blitz. Me, you at the U-Bahn? Oh, no, not as such, Chief. I won't be physically going to Dragonfall. I've seen enough of that place for one lifetime. I'll be jacking in from terminal I set up here in the Kreuzberg. Great. Okay, well, I guess he'll send you a comm when I get there. Sounds good, Chief. Thanks again. I could have put it. I don't honestly think he's that useful in the field. Otherwise, I would have pressured him to come with me. But I don't think he's actually useful. He's kind of garbage. I don't use him at all because I'm already a decker anyway. He's probably a good decker, but Dietrich raises a bottle at your approach. Hey again, boss. You need something? Have you ever heard of an organization called the Lodge? Lodge. He freezes up. Boss? Do you mean the Black Lodge? Cooper's been there for 20 years! I don't know, maybe? Lodge was all I heard. Let me describe it to you, and you can tell me if what I'm saying fits. Strange extra-dimensional space. There's a dwarf who speaks backwards. Shadowy, powerful, secretive as hell, with deep pockets and a penchant for hiding the truth. They conduct all of their business through dupes and go-betweens. Gives you a sideways glance. That sound about right? That's them in a nutshell, yeah. Well, if it's them, and whoever you're talking about, I ain't saying it is, then I advise you to stay away from them. Stay far, far away. And whatever you do, don't take their money. If you do, they'll owe you. Dietrich, I have something to tell you. Whoops. I take it they're dangerous then. He sighs. More than you could know. Most folks don't even believe they exist, but being a shaman in Berlin has perks. I've seen enough evidence to believe. Tell me what you heard about them. Well, the story is that the Black Lodge is the mother of all conspiracies. Supposedly, they've been around for hundreds of years. They've been practicing magic since well before the Awakening. Impossible, I know, but I believe it. You ever heard of the Masons, the Knights Templar, the Bavarian Illuminati? They were all puppets of the Black Lodge. None of them knew who they were working for, but the Lodge was there, pulling the strings. They always have been, and they are still today. That's the story. I see. Oh, thanks for letting me know. That gives me a lot to think about. Sure thing, boss. Suddenly I could use a drink. The Templars. I don't know why people think like somebody was pulling the strings of the Temp. Like, that's a very silly thing to grab out of conspiracies. Any updates on Alexander? Not the new boss, he's Justin. It's gonna take some time. Any thoughts about the last run you liked, sir? There's nothing about that run that didn't disgust me. What they did to that troll? Shudders. It wasn't right, boss. On any level. I don't care what anyone else tells you. You listen to me. What you did, killing that thing, it was the right call. Yeah, it cost us some new yen. Letting that thing live would have been a travesty. I mean, we didn't kill it. It killed itself. We just set it free, and that's what the decision he made based on its circumstances, which is horrible, but understandable. I was thinking about what you told me earlier. You said that your idol was going to make you pick a fight that you couldn't win. He shrugs. It's bound to happen eventually, probably sooner rather than later. Isn't there something you could do to stop that from happening? I can't believe you accepted this. Yeah, believe it, boss. If you could feel him talking to you, you'd accept it too. Even if I didn't accept it, I don't see a viable alternative. I can't just turn away from him. This is where our magic comes from, remember? Well, you could not have magic. It's probably a moot point anyway. I don't even know if I can refuse him anymore. He's been with me for so long, I don't know where he stops and I begin. He grins at you. Don't you worry about me, boss. I've known this has come my entire life. When it happens, I'll go down and blaze a glory the likes of which you can't even imagine. That's a promise. You can't really believe your idol wants you to commit suicide. Of course not. The Dragon Slayer doesn't want me to die, but he does want me to kill dragons. That ain't supposed to be safe or easy. It isn't my idol's fault that I'm getting too old to keep up with his wishes. What if you were to pick a fight with a different kind of dragon? A gang or a corporation? Pauses for a moment. That's an interesting idea. If it were big enough and heinous enough, you might be satisfied. I've never tried to bargain or negotiate with the Dragon Slayer before. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know how he'd take it either. Dragon Slayer doesn't like to be questioned, and his temper's even shorter than mine. And I'll tell you what, boss. I'll think about it. Still no cats. Where did you guys go? You're not even in the room anymore. Iger offers you a shallow nod. Cade, Wolf. Any thoughts about that last run? I'm not gonna lie. This one is gonna stick with me for a while. What they did to that troll was sick. This is probably gonna surprise you, but I'm happy that the Mark 6 is dead. Yeah, Herr Schmidt was pissed. Sure, our reputation got dinged. Neither of those are good things. But I'll take them over being a part of what they were doing to that troll any day. Walking out of a run with a clean conscience is a rare pleasure. Savor it while you can. I mean, I feel like it might mean more to you considering you are a troll. I assume. But you trust me, Iger? She pauses for a moment, considering. Finally she nods. Yeah. Yeah, I do. You've earned that much. I haven't always agreed with your decisions, but you've proven your competence. It's only fair for me to acknowledge it. And tell me what happened to your team. This again? Why do you even care? Because it's pretty clear that if you had your way, you'd still be with them. A good leader places a priority on knowing her team. She slowly nods. Alright, I'll tell you. I suppose that you deserve to know. What happened to us was Hoffman. He was a rookie. Kid is some big money corporate exec. Looked good on paper. Made it through KSK training, so he's technically qualified to join the team. But he was way too green to fit within with ours. Still, he wanted to be a hero. His family had enough clout to get him an assignment of his choosing. I don't know how many strings Hoffman's daddy had to pull to get him assigned to our team, but he pulled them. Hoffman became our 9th squad mate, despite Metzger's objections. Anyway, flash forward a few weeks, we're closing in on one of the Russian mob's major trafficking operations, and using a series of warehouses 50 miles from the border as a staging area for their convoys. Women and girls from Eastern Europe were being housed there. When the convoys came, they'd be crammed in cargo containers and hauled across the border into Germany. Go to any brothel along the border and have a look around. Chances are you'll find at least a few girls who spent some time in those warehouses. Slovakians, Hungarians, Poles, you name it. The mob had been smuggling them over for decades. But we were in a position to derail their operation, and we weren't going to let our new addition slow us down. We hit them by surprise and we hit them hard. Fisher and Braun managed to take down the Banshee that they had patrolling the site. Wolf had reconnaissance drones overhead providing Battletech feeds to the rest of us. Picked off their gunmen one by one. They had numbers on us, but they didn't know where to hit us. We had eyes in the sky, we had cover and concealment. Every time they thought they had a fix on us, we'd shift position, hit them again. Might as well have been fighting ghosts. Then Hoffman broke cover, gave away our position. And after that, all hell broke loose. Wolf went down first. The sound of it will haunt me for the rest of my days. Explosion, choked scream, and then this long, drawn-out, gurgling sound. When he died, his drones went down with him, and there were too many hostiles to track without him. I'll spare you the glory details. Suffice it to say that my team was wiped out. Iger's face clouds again. You can see the tears beginning to well in her eyes. I watched Metzger die. With a visible effort, she clamps down on her emotions and calms herself. She speaks again, her voice is flat. I took 3 rounds myself. I had to drag myself across the Oder-Neisse line into Germany. I almost died. So that's the story. My KSK career died with the rest of them. Our mission was illegal after all, off the books. There was no going back for me, so I wound up here. She looks you in the eye, her tone is impassive. Did that tell you everything you wanted to know, fearless leader? You satisfied now? Yes, thank you, Iger. So, tell me, what's your takeaway from my tale of woe? Figure you gotta have one. Well, yeah, the obvious one. She related me to Hoffman as the new guy. When Monica died, you blamed me because I was new to the team. But I'm not Hoffman, Iger. Yeah, she nods. I know that. And you are right, to a point. I might have judged you too harshly because of Hoffman. But everything else that I said was justified. Giving you command of a team was a hasty decision made for the wrong reasons. Stand by that assessment. Between then and now, I've been watching you like a hawk. And you've grown. You weren't the right choice to lead before. Still believe that. But you are now. Thanks, Iger. Good talk. She nods. Until next time. Okay, are we ready for the most emotional talk? Probably. Why is it doing that? It's weird. I don't know what about the sudden zooming in and out is happening from. Glory's pallid face lights up at your approach. A genuine smile strides across her lips. Wow, see? She's warming up to us. Good to see you. You too, Glory. How are things with you? She pauses for a moment, considering. You know what? I'm happy, actually. For the first time in a long time. I have to thank you for that. Thoughts about that last run? A stinge of red crawls up Glory's neck. Look at me. She extends her sculpted metal arms. Chrome glints in the flickering light. I'm not far from being what that poor troll was. When I think of what they did to him. She looks you in the eye. Her expression remains neutral, but that slight blush has spread from her neck to her cheeks. It wasn't right, and you did the only thing you could to make it better. You knew that it would cost you, and you did it anyway, because it was right. I won't forget that. Not ever. You ready to tell me about that chrome you're sporting? Be patient. The explanation for that is coming. The look of unease flits across her face. Not sure you're gonna like it though. You need time. I gave you time. Are you ready to talk about Furstella yet? Yeah. Glory looks troubled, more so than you've ever seen her before. Whatever memories she's dredging up must be exceedingly painful. Well, the memories she already drug up were like the most horrific things, so I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been looking forward to this. But yeah, it's time. I mean, I assumed you were looking forward to talking about any of this. It's all horrible. Look, I'm about to tell you some things about myself that might change your opinion of me. Okay, so these are like not things that happened to her. These are things she did. Gotcha, that's why this is different. It's entirely possible that you're gonna hate me based on what's coming up next. I've accepted that. If that's what happens, I sincerely believe that I deserve it. She looks in your eye, her expression grim. So tell me, are you sure that you want to keep pushing forward with this? This is important too for you, Glory. For everything we've been through, I think we both know that. Whatever you have to tell me, I'm ready to listen. Thanks. Thanks for being a friend. So when we left off last time, I just moved from the streets of Tübingen to the warm, inviting confines of Furstella. Marta and I were happy for a little while, and Harrow embraced me as a long-lost daughter. I should probably take a moment to talk more about Harrow. He's going to be an important figure in this story. I don't know what his age was. He seemed old enough to be paternal, but young enough to hang with the kids on something like a peer level. Best guess, I'd say he was in his mid-20s. That's not really, like, okay, that's the very edge of paternal for you, even if you're still something of a teenager. He was handsome and well-built, with a neatly trimmed beard and thick brown hair. There was something else about him, something uncanny. I hope he wasn't a fucker. Harrow had this charisma, this raw magnetic attraction that just made people latch onto him. I saw it over and over. All it took was a few words and a pat on the shoulder, and Harrow would have a new convert. The other kids on the farm followed him around like lost puppies. As much as I loved Marta, as much as I thought she loved me, we forgot all about one another when Harrow was around. All we wanted was to be close to him, to be part of his inner circle. Soon enough, we were. For a girl of 17, it was all terribly exciting. Harrow had these rules of living that he would teach us, rules about self-determination and the importance of disobedience. He claimed to have taught classes at the University of Berlin, which painted as a mix between an earthly paradise and an anarchist playground. This does not sound like it's going... God, this sounds like it's going to a bad place with this dude. This sounds like a real sketchy dude. He told us how Furstella would be the focal point of a new movement for the children of the fatherland. He told us that we were special. We ate it up, of course. We were kids. For those of us in the inner sanctum, Harrow would share even more, yet power the likes of which I'd never seen. Not my father's drunken fists or my own childish experiments, but genuine, incredible power. He He said that it came from the Horned God, an ancient deity that he venerated. That's not good. I don't think the Horned God is generally a good thing. He knew about my latent abilities right away, and he offered to teach me. Naturally, I accepted. Oh good, I've heard about the Horned God. His followers have a poor reputation, especially among women. Yeah, even if you're not talking about the devil, you're talking about Dionysus. Slash, the Roman version. I was trying to... Bacchus, which basically means drunken orgies at best and rape at worst. Like, Harrow's beginning to sound like a cult leader. Yeah. Any bad reputation that they might have gained is well deserved, but there was more to it than that, as you'll see. Glory sighs. Hang with me. Rough wanders ahead. So I became Harrow's apprentice. He taught me to channel magic and summon spirits. He taught me rituals, pagan traditions, Machiavellian philosophy, and Nietzschean ethics. Wow, you're very well educated. Maybe. Than for someone who grew up on the streets. And who is basically a soldier and has never, or a cyborg fighter, and has never really expressed it. Above all, he taught me to connect with his horned god, and through it, I learned power and arrogance, and it was all downhill from there. Oh, I just realized the text is actually getting covered up by the camera. There's no good place for the camera in this game. Maybe I put it over there. Hopefully my reading is good, so you haven't needed it. Also, hopefully the game audio is okay. I think it's okay. For the next 2 years, I lived at Fürstrella as Harrow's enforcer and right-hand girl. I was also his sometimes wife and concubine, but that was a distinction I shared with all the girls in the commune, including my beloved Marta. Oh, God. Oh, this poor girl. Oh, my God. Every bad thing possible has happened to her. Jesus. Ugh. I came to learn that she'd been his long before she met me, but by that point, I didn't care. I'd embraced the rules of living. I was Harrow's creature through and through. I didn't ask questions, and I walked the path that was in front of me. Oh man, yeah, Allison Macked it. Other fun facts about those years. I learned cruelty. I had power now, and my new idol encouraged me to use it. Harrow did the same. Any children who didn't pull their weight were subjected to my tender mercies, and I was anything but tender. I took what I wanted rather than asking for it. I liked it. It was fun. I also came to learn that Harrow's horned god was not the icon first worshipped by throwback cults across Germany. It was certainly a god with horns, but it came from an altogether different tradition. Care to hazard a guess? I want to hear you say it. Satan, Lucifer, Old Scratch. In the magically active community, refer to it as the adversary. So it's not even Dionysus. It is just straight up the devil. Whatever you choose to call it, it's every bit as bad as it sounds. So my idol, the ancient deity that was feeding me my power, was the antithesis of everything that is right and good. And you know what? I didn't care. In our time together, Harrow and I committed more atrocities than I could count. At this point, I was onto all his tricks. I knew that Fürstella was nothing more than a honey trap, carefully designed to lure local children into my master's clutches. I knew that the kids, who seemed resistant to Harrow's brainwashing techniques, wound up fertilizing the garden. I knew that Harrow's entire manifesto was bullshit. And I knew that through it all, Harrow and the adversary were laughing, because I was laughing right there beside them. Yeah, she did go full Allison Mack. I don't want to pin the blame for my decisions on anyone but me. That said, I would like to posit that my father's connection to the Kreuzritters might have helped play into my willingness to serve the adversary. In my warped, indoctrinated little brain, I equated the church with evil, so the opposite of that I figured had to be, well, if not good, then at least not totally bad. I mean, that's fair. It's not a, we're not gonna get a both sides thing here, even though we already are getting a both sides thing, but I was kidding myself, of course. My new deity was the very definition of bad. Serving it made me bad. End of story. Yeah, I mean, murdering kids is a bit, even if you're a 17-year-old, is, and I don't know how long this lasted, how many years this was, but she's also pretty much, like, her stuff before that is really, really bad, so, that happened to her, so you kind of, she's kind of broken already by that point. She seems to have gotten away, so I can't excuse the choices that you made, but I can understand why you made them. That's big of you. I genuinely mean that. Glory takes a moment to steel herself, then continues on. Anyway, one day, Harrow invited me on a field trip to Stuttgart. Over the years that I was at Fürstella, the commune had easily doubled in size, so several years. It was thriving, all thanks to the efforts of Marta and the girls like her. Harrow would send the girls out to neighboring cities to lure in the street kids that nobody would miss. Targeted children, because they're easy to indoctrinate, because nothing makes the adversary happier than the corruption of the innocent. As we drove out to pick up the new recruits, I was already planning ahead. It was a foregone conclusion that I would pay my father a visit. The irony of a group of Kreuzritters getting immolated by a genuine servant of the actual devil tickled me to no end. So when Harrow stopped to fill up on diesel, I hopped out of the van and headed out on foot to my parents' place. I hope my chat's working. I think it's working, but... Oh, yeah, okay. Harrow wasn't overly concerned about my absence. I had long since reached the point where I could assert my autonomy, and he knew that I'd be back. I wound up at my folks' house sometime around noon. I could hear the adversary whispering in my ear, telling me what to do. I'd long since learned to listen to its voice. It always rewarded me with extra power when I did its bidding. It told me to knock, so I did. As the door opened, I could feel a torrent of flames welling up in the astral plane all around me. It told me to channel them into the doorway, into my father, so I did. But of course, the person who opened the door wasn't my father. It was my mother. As I watched her flesh blacken and melt, as I heard her scream and I broke into hysterics, I heard the adversary laugh. And at that moment I realized that it was laughing at me. I'm so sorry, Glory. Glory nods, a grim expression on her delicate face. Thanks. We're almost to the end now. Thanks for sticking with me. It was like a lever had been pulled. All at once the bubble popped. I wasn't a powerful servant of the adversary. I was not Harrow's #1 girl. I was a ridiculous little fool who'd willingly tied her soul to the worst thing in existence. Is this really, like, is this actual in regular Shadowrun canon that the devil exists and is the, like, oh, all the gods, but then there's the devil. This is very, the weird, like, Christianization of, it's just like Supernatural or something, where the gods exist, but they're all subordinate to the Christian God and devil. Realizing all of this was one thing. Actually fixing it was something else entirely. I knew that I had to get away from Harrow. That was the first thing to do. So I bit my lip and did my best to ignore the happy babble of the new recruits on the trip back to Fierstella. And I managed to get through the ride without screaming. So you didn't even get to kill your dad? Once we were back at the commune, I broke into Harrow's safe, stole all the commune's resources, and ran. I don't know when Harrow realized what I'd done, or whether he even cared. All that I know is that nobody came after me, so I kept running and running until I got to Berlin. Getting past the wall was fairly simple. You know how easy it is to obtain falsified papers. The biggest obstacle that I faced during my flight was the adversary itself. I could run from Harrow, but how do you run from something that's tied to your own soul? Oh god, Glory. Yep. The haunted look in Glory's eyes is heartbreaking. She gives you another curt, grim nod. I walked into the office of the First Street Doc I could find, pointed at all the biggest, bulkiest pieces of cyberware that he had on display, told him to put them into me. He tried to upsell me on better merchandise, arguing that I was asking for was old and inefficient, better suited to be installed in a museum than in a body. Told me that I'd be shredding my essence, then once it was gone, I'd never be able to get it back. I stuck to my guns. After all, shredding my essence was the whole point. Hi, Sierra. Nothing is good right now. Everything is terrible. Glory looks up at you. Her eyes are sunken and hollow, and the aura of loss about her is palpable. She looks like a woman who has been through hell. Well, she almost literally has. That's all for now. You've heard the tale. You know why I am the way I am. You know the things I've done, and how much I have to atone for. If you still want my company, fine. If I've lost your friendship, I understand that too. But for now, I need to be alone. Okay, Glory. Okay. Well, that was rough. That was pretty rough. All right, let's level people up instead. This was not useful. Is Glory an asshole? Does she really need a hug? She really needs a hug. I mean, I've basically been having therapy sessions with her in between missions where she explains her whole life, and everything about it is awful. It is the worst thing. And we just, like, that poor woman. I mean, she also did some really bad stuff, but she did some really bad stuff under, like, you know, as a result of being manipulated by and all of her horrible situations, so. So this is, right. Yeah, I think we want that. Everything terrible is all of us need therapy, none of us can afford it. Sure sounds like Shadowrun to me. Also just like 2018, yup. Yep. Alright, so we want that. We want this. Uh-oh. This, I guess? I don't really care about either of those. Increasing his move speed by 4 for 1 round. Nope, we want to get the better cyber tech. Oh wow, I really like these directed character build stuff. Yeah, this is new to the, this is part of the director's cut. So when I played this before, when I didn't finish the game, I did not have this stuff. Makes leveling up companions way less daunting than it is for your PC, yeah. I mean, I don't think you leveled up your companions at all. I don't think you chose anything about their levels in the original game. I think they just auto-leveled. I think? I don't remember. Let's see. Adrenal pump lasts 1 additional round. That's really good. Glory uses her adrenal pump on a downed ally. That's not necessary. Okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, those are both really good. Extra AoE or just run AP to cost? I feel like maybe the extra AoE is better. It's going to be useful more often. Like, this is super good, but most of the time when we want to cast this, we don't need to do anything else on our turn, because he doesn't really have that much to do, to be honest, most of the time anyway. Alright, better sniper rifle, which is fucking good. Or, oh god, 20 base damage, that's really good. Or wild reflexes, +1 movement as a pass modifier, and then can be triggered for usual dodge the first attack against them. Cost 1 AP, lasts 3 rounds. That's good, but I think I'd rather just have her have a better gun constantly. Alright, I think that's all good. Okay, let's talk to Paul. Hey Paul. Amsel calls over his shoulder at the sound of your approach. His eyes are glued to his computer display. Frau Mueller should be on her way, but before you go to the meeting site, I have news. He glances at you, and his words trail off. Upon seeing the expression on your face, Amsel's voice becomes grave. It can wait. Tell me what has happened. I had some trouble on the U-Bahn. Somebody set up an ambush. Amsel pauses, then gives you a curt nod. Truth be told, I've been expecting that something like this might happen. I'm just glad you made it out alive. I just remember loading up Shadowrun Return and seeing the character sheet thinking, oh god, do I have to do this for all my party members too? Oh no. I don't know if you actually had to, it's just my immediate fear. I don't think you did. I don't remember though, it's been a long time since I played it. I don't think you gotta do it for your party members. I don't even remember the party members in Shadowrun Returns, though. That game was not memorable at all, other than in the gameplay. The story of that game was definitely not the characters I remember. I remember the story because it was ludicrous at the end, but... Hand over the... Oh yeah, one of the attackers dropped this. Amsel takes the PDA from you and examines it. Yes, I should be able to extract some information for this. Give me a moment. Plugs the PDA into his computer. Are you gonna stay here, kitten? Yeah? Show people some kitties? Into his computer and goes to work. A few minutes later, he lets out a grunt of dismay. Well, I was able to recover a file, but unfortunately that's all I'll ever be able to pull out of this thing. All that anyone will, truth be told. It must have been running some kind of counter-intrusion software. The instant that I gained access, it bricked itself. You know, I'm a hacker. You could have let me do it. We could have let Blitz do it. He's a good hacker too. But, okay. Okay, kitten. You go over there. Maybe you'll stay up there. Amsel disconnects the useless PDA and drops it to the ground. It clatters to a rest on the metal floor. One whole file. Nice job, Paul. What did you manage to pull off of it? A comm file. The audio is all here, but it looks like we've only got video from one side of the conversation. Let's see what we have. He opens the file, and a nightmarishly familiar face appears on screen. Is it going to be our troll buddy? Or orc buddy? I can't remember which one he is. Yep. Bachmeyer. The voice bleats out from Amsel's speakers, filling the room. Audran here. What's your status? Bachmeyer's image is garbled, but his voice sounds young and eager. Target acquired, sir. You were right. We spotted her on the U-Bahn, just like you said. Probably on her way to a job. As per your instructions, we're going to try to take her out on her way back. She'll be more vulnerable that way. Hopefully injured and low on ammo too, but only time will tell. Ha! Joke's on you, there's no such thing as ammo limits in this game. Good man. Proceed as instructed. Will do. Cosman is rigging up the ambush bot now. Let's try to make it quick. The orc with the nightmare face nods. Send me a comm when you're done. Audran out. The image of the computer screen dies. Amsel turns to face you. Well, our scarred friend makes an appearance. I suspect that Green Winter's predictions are coming true. I believe that Fürschwinger is behind this. Under Amsel's patient exterior, you can feel the worry that's eating at him. Be on your guard. You and the rest of your team, you made it through this attack relatively unscathed, but next time, you might not be so lucky. At least now we have a name to put to the face. Audrin. That's not all we have. As I was saying when you first walked in, I've been productive as well. I was able to uncover some new evidence in your absence, and coincidentally enough, that evidence pertains to our scarred friend. You might recall that I said that I'd dig into Audrin's skin grafts. Well, I did, and the search has finally borne fruit. One of my contacts outside of Berlin handles the paperwork of private hospitals all across Germany. It's a dull, boring job, but it does have its perks. Amsel opens a file on his computer. A medical chart opens up on the screen. As it turns out, our scarred friend's skin grafts were performed at a legitimate hospital after all. Some good news for once. What do they say? Well, they're rather light on identifying information. Our friend's name is listed as Max Musterman, the local equivalent of John Doe. Is that really the German equivalent of John Doe? Max Musterman? Because that's a much better John Doe. But they do cover his injuries in great detail. Audrin's injuries were extensive. He had 2 broken ribs and a shattered pelvis, and had sustained 3rd-degree burns over 60% of his body. Most damningly of all, he was suffering from acute radiation poisoning. His body had absorbed over 5,000 millisieverts of ionizing radiation. A lethal dose without treatment. Max Musterman sounds like he has a 12 series of bad PI novels about him. 12-book series? Yes. Yes, he does. The information dries up at this point. We know that he was treated and discharged, but what happened afterwards remains a mystery. He pauses for a moment, studying your actions. Your thoughts? Hold nothing back. I'd like to hear everything that comes to mind. Audrin might have spent some time in the socks. That radiation poisoning didn't happen on its own. Agreed. 5,000 millisieverts is a lot of exposure. It's like 5 whole sieverts. Short of basking in the glow of an unshielded reactor, I don't know how you'd absorb that much ionizing radiation without spending time in the socks. Alright, so Audrin was heavily irradiated, most likely from time spent in the socks. What else does this tell you? This is like one of these things they do where they have, like, you can choose different options, but, like, you're gonna choose them all. And it's like, so they're adding them together as you add them up, so they're kind of doing the investigative work, but it leads to him, like, on this first one, basically repeating himself, and it sounds weird. The Musterman Manila envelope. Well, those burns sound like Dragonfire, but if the Fire Wing burned Audrin, why would he be working for her now? I don't think Audrin is working for the Fire Wing. I believe that he is serving her. On Greenwinter's second DVD, he mentions that there is a cult within the socks that worships the Fire Wing, the disciples of the Cleaning Fire. I believe that Audrin belongs to this cult. Well, that's bad news. There's nothing more dangerous than a zealot. My thoughts exactly. A hireling can sometimes be bribed or reasoned with. A pawn can be liberated. But if the Fire Wing soldiers look upon her as a goddess figure, nothing short of killing her will deter them. And even that might not stop them. So, it is possible that Audrin is a dragon cultist. This seems to fit with much of the other information that we've uncovered. Did any other red flags jump out at you? The hospital couldn't ID Audrin. Either somebody covered his tracks for him, or he was living completely off the grid. Indeed, if Audrin were a denizen of the socks, a glowpunk, his lack of identifying information would make sense. Amsel adjusts his glasses. So, working theory, at any rate. Oh, folder envelope. We can have manila envelopes, right? I guess there are more folders, yeah. God, I forgot about Shadowrun Dragons. Uh-huh. That's what this whole game is about, Sierra. It's called Dragonfall. So, to sum up, Audrin probably spent time in the socks. It's possible that he even lived there as a member of Fjordschwingen's dragon cult. And he's after you. Amsel paused a moment before continuing. In my mind, all of this reinforces one fact. We need to find Valclair, and we need to do it fast. Why? Why does that reinforce that fact for you? Oh, wait, how does that follow? Yeah, he didn't succeed the first time. He lost. That's why we're in this problem. That's why we have this problem. Why do you think he's going to be able to do it this time? The Firewing's men just made an attempt on your life. It's clear from the message we just saw that Audrin sent them out looking for you. Given enough time, they'll do it again, and next time they might be more successful. We must act before that happens, but before we venture back to the Harfield Manor, we need to find Vauclair. Well, all the more reason to gather Alice's feet quickly, then. Agreed. There's a buzzing sound from Paul's wrist. He lifts his hand to look at his PDA, and as luck would have it, Frau Mueller has arrived. Best of luck at the meeting. Remember, this is urgent. We need that money. I'm on it. Alright, let's get Dante. Pet him. Yeah. We're gonna look scary at this meeting, showing up with 2 robots and a very adorable dog. Probably should have told him he owes me. Blitz is a fuckboy. Hello, Frau Mueller. Set against the frozen cobblestones of the empty park, Frau Mueller looks entirely out of place. She suppresses a shiver and hugs herself for warmth. She appears as Amsel described her, an impressive-looking woman of Ostlaner descent, with coffee-colored skin and dark, wavy hair. Everything about her screams corporate executive, from her expensive-looking suit to her tastefully understated makeup. She's obviously nervous, but she's hiding it well. So not obviously nervous, then. She locks eyes with you and hesitates only slightly before speaking. Kate Wolf, I presume. Herr Amsel told me that I could meet you here. He wasn't lying. He said that you had a job for me. She holds her silence for a moment, then nods. Yes, I do. In truth, I'm in desperate need of your help. Then tell me what you need, Frau Mueller. She offers you a small smile. An assumed name, obviously. But I have been told that this is how you people do business. You people. She straightens in her seat and tries on a smile. It hangs there for a second, then fades away. She sighs. From my accent, you've no doubt inferred that I'm an Otslaner. Further, you may have guessed who I work for. You tell me, I'm not in the business of guessing. Yeah, that's what we say. We don't acknowledge that we don't have corporate etiquette and have no idea about the giant one of the largest companies in the world. As Technology, the only Otslan-based corporation operating in Germany. I've been with the company for over a decade. Over the course of my employment, I've worked on a great many projects, from the innocuous to the obscene. My hands have touched it all. Never once did I question the wisdom of our research. Never once did I consider blowing the whistle on my employers. I kept my nose down, worked hard, and excelled at the tasks set before me. Well, they must love you there. No more than any other employee, but my commitment and work ethic were recognized, and I ascended the corporate ladder fairly quickly. So more than other employees. Which brings me to where I am today. Last month I was transferred here from my home into Tenochtitlan. They told me that an employee of my caliber was needed in Berlin, and that I would be working on a project with wide-reaching applications. The only other detail I was given was the name of the project. Bloodline. Catchy. She looks you in the eye, and for the first time you can see the cracks in her composure. No, we could see the cracks in her composure before, you told us. She's doing a good job of hiding it, but deep down, this woman is terrified. I've seen many terrible things in my life, Cade Wolf. In Tenochtitlan, blood magic is commonplace. Take a moment to imagine what that means. I don't know what blood magic is in this context, in this fictional universe, so I can't. In the underground markets, people are bought and sold as chattel. Street children are rounded up and bled like lambs. I witnessed all of those things by the age of 12. And you somehow didn't think the largest company based there had anything to do with it? You're welcome to capitalism. She takes a deep breath, then lets it out slowly. Seeing such things changes you, makes you numb. But what I found out when I arrived here was worse. This project, it horrifies me, and it must be stopped. Who's paying for this? Because you sounds like you're paying for it out of pocket, which it's hard to imagine you have that much money, even as a corporate executive. Tell me everything you know about Bloodline. She shakes her head. The less you know, the better, for both of us. You'll just have to trust me on that. You need to only know that it is evil, and that is not a word that I use lightly. Evil is a childish term, Van Mueller. There's no such thing as good and evil, black and white. The sooner you learn that, the better. What a garbage. Where did my cats go? There's one over here sleeping, but that's... I don't want to move the camera. If you don't tell me what this bloodline is, how do you expect me to stop it? Simple. She leans in and looks you in the eye. I want you to bring the building down. The computers, the research data, the mages and scientists that are working to bring about this abomination, I want all of them burned to ash and buried in rubble. No compromises and no exceptions. Her tone softens. I'm sure that you have unanswered questions. I'm not in the habit of dealing with Shadowrunners. In truth, I've spent the majority of my career living in fear of you people. But I do know that you're the only ones who can get this done. So tell me, is there anything more that you need to hear from me? Or are you ready to make a decision? Paul Amsel is my representative in these matters. Why couldn't you tell all of this to him? I need to meet you in person, to look into your eyes and see the woman behind the name. Now that I've done so, I'm sure you are the one that I need. Naturally, I will send any further information about the job to Herr Amsel, provided, of course, that you accept. What about any innocent people in the building? None of us are innocent, Cade Wolf. But if you need to salve your conscience, rest assured that at the hour of your approach, the only personnel authorized to be on site will be security and senior members of the research team. And I assure you, neither are innocent in this matter. If the Bloodline project reaches completion, nobody will be safe, ever again. That sounds like hyperbole, I know, but it isn't. The Bloodline project will lead to countless deaths. I'm certain enough of this to hire you, despite the fact that doing so will probably cost me my own life. I hope this is all like the most amazing con. Like this is just some corporate espionage bullshit. I'm not a demolitions expert, Frau Mueller. How do you expect me to level a building? You don't need to be. You just need to be a competent decker, which I'm told you are. The facility is powered by a number of on-site generators. There are safeguards in place to prevent them from overloading. In the event of a power spike, the system is designed to shut itself down. But I know you can disable how you can disable those safeguards. Once the generators begin to overload, you have a limited time to reach a safe distance. The explosion will be quite catastrophic. Alright, what can you tell me about building security? I expect you to be tight, in addition to their standard security team. Excuse me. As technology has taken out a knight-errant high-threat response team contract to protect the building. Well, we fought several of those last time, I think. Corporate doesn't seem to mind contracting a competitor for emergency response services. That should give you some indication as to the uniqueness of this project. At any rate, I believe that I've come up with a solution to the knight-errant problem. I'll discuss the matter with your Herr Amsel if you decide to take the job. Okay, let's talk compensation. 36,000 new yen, as I told your Herr Amsel. That's what I've allocated for the job. That's fair. Yep. It's like, I think the last one, well, I guess the last one I think we got like 25k maybe, but it was, that's before, we did not get 25k straight, that was being split up into everyone. So I guess 36,000 is not that much of a jump, but it's a lot of new yen. It's better than fair. I've done my homework, Cade Wolf. I've reached a decision. Yes, and I'll take the job. Her face visibly brightens. In that case, it's a deal. I can't tell you how relieved I am. Thank you for helping bring this nightmare to an end. I mean, we might go there and find out it's, you know, all bullshit, and then we had to leave and not do it, but we'll go there at least. I wonder what, like, because you can, like, reject most of these jobs, so, like, what happens if you just reject jobs? Because you're trying to make money. So I don't know that any of these missions are actually, like, this is definitely a work, right? That's what I said, is this is, like, the most amazing fucking con. Oh, even if she's not conning you, someone is conning you. Yeah, it could be. It's Shadowrun, yeah. I'm really curious what happens, like, because I don't know that any of these missions are really, like, the ones that are just making money are any individually are necessary, so I'm wondering what happens if you just, like, reject all of them. Because you need a certain amount of money. I will iron out the remaining details with your Herr Amsel. He'll want to talk this over with you anyway, I'm sure. You're a good woman. You're saving more lives than you know. You can't not be being conned in Shadowrun, yeah. I'm really worried about Simi. I hope she's okay. What do we have? Oh, right. We gotta go do fucking... Okay, we should go do that, I guess, before we even do this mission. We'll go do fucking Blitz's fuckboy mission. I should save before I do this. Your landlord? It's a con. Your job? Con. Your dog? Con artist, motherfucker. I mean, your landlord and your job are literally cons in the real world, right? Your dog, not so much, but... So we literally... Why can't we take anyone on this mission? It doesn't really make sense to me why we have to do this by ourselves. Other than Blitz's pride. Settling debts. Drogan Kippa. It'd be up high on anyone's list of places to avoid, but that's where you're headed, and you're going there alone this time. Last time that you saw Blitz, he was carting his personal terminal over to Cafe Kesve, presumably so that he could do his decking in the most comfortable environment possible. Like everything else related to Drogan Kippa, the U-Bahn train that services it is in poor repair. The car that you're riding in stinks like a chemical toilet on a hot day. On the floor near the doorway, you catch sight of a trampled lump of tattered fur. The longer you stare at it, the more convinced you become that you're looking at the remains of a long-dead squirrel. The train rumbles to a stop, and the doors slide open. Time to get this over with. Alright, I'm good. I think I'm good. Man, I got a lot of medkits and shit. I should probably sell some of that. I know I have unspent karma. It doesn't. Stepping out of the U-Bahn tunnel, you once again find yourself in the squalid alleys of the Drogenkippa. The place is a pit. Piles of waste, human and otherwise, litter their streets. The gutted husks of commercial buildings stand hollow and empty all around you. Your comlink crackles to life, and you can hear the distant sounds of Cafe Kesve. Merriment, laughter, the clink of silverware on china. Blitz's voice cuts in a second later. Hey, Chief, ready to do this thing? Yeah. Say, Blitz, I got a question for you. Yeah? You hear a slurping sound, presumably Blitz taking a sip of steaming hot soy cap. The only steam that you can see out here is your own breath condensing in the frigid night air. What's up? How did I let you talk me into coming back to this hellhole? There's a long pause before he responds. Well, you recognize the fact that I need your help, and then you, volunteered because you're a good leader? You owe me for this, man. Blitz sighs. Yeah, Chief. Yeah, I do. Who's this fucker? The plain-looking man in a fancy suit taps away at his PDA. He's an older guy, probably in his late 50s. The filth-strewn streets of Dragonfall, he stands out like a sore thumb. At the sound of your approach, he stops what he's doing and shifts his gaze to you. Cade Wolf, right? I might be. Who's asking? Who the hell are you? Let's go with that. My name is Hazenkopf. I'm Mr. Grinder's accountant. What a remarkable coincidence. Hazenkopf nods, his expression is deadpan. Mr. Grinder sent me to ensure that the money transfer goes according to plan. When you enter the building, I'm going with you. Did you know anything about this, Blitz? No, Chief! If I did, I've told you! Your pal left Mr. Grinder a message about an hour ago. It had a complete breakdown of your plan, including which door I should use to meet you. He did, huh? Well, it wasn't like that. I mean, yeah, I ran the plan by Grinder, but I had to do that. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense to go on the run without making sure that it had his blessing, would it? How could I even be sure that this would get me off the hook if I didn't ask? You should have run this by me before the run, Blitz. Yeah, Chief, you're probably right about that. Sorry. There's an awkward pause. But in my own defense, I didn't expect Grinder to send his accountant to shadow you. That's a new one on me. I hate to interrupt, but if you two are finished, I'd like to get this show on the road. He glances at his wristwatch. I want to get back home before my grandkids go to bed. Couldn't agree more. It's your turn, Blitz. Get the door open so we can get inside. You got it, Chief. His voice is eager. Heading inside. This won't take 5 seconds. Oh, I have to... Okay. Weird. I'm playing as Blitz. Whoops. Well, which I guess, you would do if you ever used him as a hacker, but I have not ever done that. So we're trying to get over there. Why is there a gatekeeper you can talk to? What the fuck? Oh, wow. Oh, so we're in, like, public space. Not hostile space. Weird. This is really weird. Okay, let's talk to the ICE. A gatekeeper ICE program stands impassively, waiting to challenge all comers. Visitor, identity unknown. Please present security code string. Let's see here. Override security access, root command, trapdoor. Oh, of course, you just type the trapdoor command. There's a brief pause, and then the ICE flashes twice. The ICE flashes twice. Access granted. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, we can't get over to these turrets yet. I want to use those turrets. Piece of water ice turns, flashing angrily. A rapid-fire sequence of lights pulls out a warning. Keep away. Hi, Mary. Checking my credentials with your friend back there. Go on, I can wait. A moment later, the watcher ice flickers apologetically. Secondary security verification approved. Super user status verified. Query, how may I help you today? Just step aside, pal. I'm in a rush. How am I? I'm doing pretty well. How are you? Program obediently moves aside. Proceed and have a pleasant day. Don't mind if I do. God, Blitz is such a... God. What a... I'm a little worried about these turrets. And I can't do anything with them. It's just telling me that there are turrets. You're doing better? That's good. I'm really glad to hear that. Main system hardware firewall. Okay, so we can't get over there, but There's a teller area door, so we may be getting. There's another thing over there. Hopefully, be getting over there at some point. Getting the alley door, and that should do it, Chief. Good to head on inside. The main server should be just ahead. Of course, Mary. I like decking, but it reminds me of like surrealistic worlds, weird space of Neuromancer that they're definitely drawing on, but that are mapped really tightly to physical space in Gen. I mean, yeah, that's definitely what the inspiration is, and I mean, yeah, it's like Neuromancer and Tron, you know, like that's the very. It's interesting that my understanding of later Shadowrun tabletop rules, that they tried to incorporate a lot of, oh, I see what you mean, that, like, yeah, they can't make fucking anti-chamber in this game, that they're, like, Euclidean spaces, they're not, like, weird, you know, four-dimensional things, yeah. That, you know, it's really funny. I don't know how much you've played of Stellaris after the recent, or whatever, the 2.0 patch, because the way that, like, with everyone on Hyperlane by default now, but with wormholes and gateways being a thing that unlocks over time, you end up with empires that are like partly over here and partly over here because there's a wormhole between two spots or gateways or whatever. And it's like, we zoomed out and we're like looking at my multiplayer, and like looking at some of the empires, we're like, why are these like this? What do these exist? They look so weird. And then of course, realized the response was, well, it's because you're not thinking four-dimensionally, Marty. Like, you have to understand that there actually are connections between these. These are contiguous spaces. They're not actually disconnected. They just look like they're disconnected. Yeah, they're tightly controlled Euclidean spaces rather than the hellish real hellscapes. Oh, yeah, they are. A shocking display of confidence from the red-haired disaster. That's what Mr. Grinder calls your pal, by the way. He's got a rep around these parts. For some strange reason, all of his friends keep dying. Can we recruit this guy instead of Blitz? I like him way more than Blitz. Don't listen to this asshole, Chief. He shouldn't even be here. I don't know, he's kind of growing on me. That makes me almost want to play Stellaris again, even though I know I'll stop 2 hours in. Yeah. I mean, I only play it as multiplayer. I have not played it as single player for quite a while. Ha ha ha. Hate to burst your bubble, but I'm not overly enthusiastic about either of you. So let's just get this over with, alright? Let's fuck off. This dude is a professional. He is. He just wants to get back in time to see his grandkids before they go to bed. Fine by me. Anything else we need to know, Blitz? Yeah, I've hit the first fire on the hill. I need you to get in there and install that bypass for me. Got it. We'll find a terminal. This shit, I do really like this, like... This is another thing about, I think is really interesting about these games, is that in the tabletop Shadowrun, I've heard a lot of descriptions of how the cyberspace aspect doesn't work well, and the reason is because they're on 2 completely separate maps, and they're basically like, it's like, you know, you take turns for, you know, the main party, and then you switch over and the decker has his turn, and you're basically like, you're playing 2 different games where they're related to each other, but one person is taking action at a time, and then the other group is taking action, and you're not both playing at the same time, you know? And that doesn't work very well. But in a single-player setting, where you're just swapping between characters, and, like, you're switching between one or the other, that works perfectly fine, and it actually works really well. And the aspect of it where it's like, you unlock things in cyberspace to unlock things in meat space, so that then you can unlock things in cyberspace again, works really well. It reminds me a lot of Dystopia, the old Half-Life 2 mod, which was amazing fucking multiplayer game that unfortunately didn't have enough players to really sustain it in the way that as competitive multiplayer games go. But because that game was real time, so you know, then it didn't have the problem either. But it did the same thing of, like, you had hackers going into cyberspace, and yeah. Top drawer of this desk is packed full of slender plastic rods, cred sticks, hundreds of them. Grab a handful of cred sticks. Sink your hand into a drawer of loose cred sticks and fish out a fistful. The plastic is slick and pleasant to touch. As you withdraw your hand from the desk, Hasenkamp chuckles. They're all blank. You don't think the Landenberg ring would leave them in an unlocked drawer if they had money on them, do you? Yeah, that follows. Hey, hang on, it couldn't hurt to. Says the man who's sitting in a nice, cozy soy calf shop. I'd say that invalidates your opinion about what could and couldn't hurt. Come on, let's quit wasting time and find that vault. In a multiplayer, it's what if splitting the party was a core mechanic, especially in an nitty-gritty combat. Yeah, that's basically what everything I've heard about Shadowrun, like, is that it gets so... It's not a great... The tabletop does not sound like a great play experience, unfortunately. Wait, where's... Oh, okay, it's over there, but I can't get over there. Whoops, I went off the game. Okay, I mean, he said straight ahead, which is not really... Okay. I'm not really seeing straight ahead here. Desk is catastrophically messy. Candy wrappers litter its work surface, and the bottom drawer is a jar. Search the desk. You about through over there? Hang on a second, I want to check this out. I'm not sure that we're on the same page here, so we should probably hash this out now and save ourselves some time. We are here to fetch the money that your friend owes to Mr. Grinder. That means we aren't here to ransack desks or steal office supplies, so what you're doing right now could accurately be described as a waste of time. I like Shadowrun when there's no decker and you have to hire an NPC to do it for you, or when everyone is, or when you actually just played Blades in the Dark and use a flashback system. Yeah, I mean, I think Shadowrun is fine if you're using any number of systems you could play it in that aren't Shadowrun. And certainly that it works better without having a decker on the team, even though the mechanics still seem very clunky in a way that is not necessarily good, although that's... Once it gets into this game is completely, you know, a mechanical, like, clusterfuck. It's all just to someone... It's all just taste as to whether you like those specific mechanics or not. Like, I like 3.5 D&D and Pathfinder mechanics. I also like GURPS mechanics, even though those are both clusterfucks of systems. My reading of Shadowrun is I didn't really like it, but I maybe would have gotten into it if I'd ever actually had a team or a group to play with. But I don't know. Not having a decker on the team is fun because you have a huge glaring flaw in your team and you constantly have to figure out how to compensate for that. It leads to wacky hijinks. I'm not worried. I'm just irritated. But fine, whatever. Do your thing. Just do it fast, okay? Yep. Rummaging through the desk, you find an old-fashioned binder stuffed with cheap paper. Leafing through the pages, you discover what appears to be a business plan. Apparently, the Landenberg ring is in the process of opening a string of payday loan centers across Drogenkippa. Hey, Hasenkamp, what does Grinder think about this? Isn't money lending his racket? I mean, we said they're a financial crime ring, so I assumed that is entailed in that. Payday loans. Shadowrun is like serviceable as a system if you have a GM and most of the players who've played it before. It gets the job done, providing the whole table is learning it as you go. Yeah, makes sense to me. Yeah, these Landenberg pricks have been a tick on his ass for years now, sucking away at the revenue that should be lining his pockets. Bad business all around. Thankfully, we're going to recover at least a little of that cash tonight. And speaking of which, just a second, almost done. Back of the binder, we find a note scrawled on a slip of scrap paper. Plots. I have real and pressing concerns about this silent partner that you've bought in for the loan center scheme. We don't need him. I keep saying it, but nobody listens. Call me! Any idea who this Plots guy is, Hasenkamp? Miserable son of a bitch. I had to share an office with this man for... He cuts himself short. Never mind. You don't need to know. Let's whisper through calmly. The plot thickens. So the silent partner is beat grinder, and we're walking into a trap. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, whoops. Stop doing that, game. The garbage can hasn't been emptied in a while. When you lift the lid, you find the bin full of overflowing with crumpled paper and disused office stationery. Dig through the trash. Don't. God damn it. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Here we go again. Calm down, man. This is all part of the job. This is ridiculous. You're on a run with a deadline, and you're rooting around in a trash can. That's where people throw their passwords away. It happens more often than you expect. The longer we argue about this, the longer it's going to take. Steps back, an exasperated expression on his face. Alright, fine. Do your thing, but make it quick. Most of the waste in here comes in the form of old blank statements. Apparently somebody in the Landenberg ring has been using the backs of the statements as scratch paper. A third handful of trash that you liberate from the bin contains a note that catches your eye. A. Where did you score that stuff, man? That juice that you were passing around, that stuff was unreal. I'm serious, man. I haven't been that high since grad school. When you got your hands on more, you let me know. What do you make of this, Hasenkamp? Let's see. Apparently, a man named A scored some juice, and it was really unreal stuff. So what do I make of it? A couple of things. One, the Landenberg ring has some real fuck-ups on its payroll, and two, you're wasting our time. Of the two, I'm more upset about the second, because it involves you keeping me here in this cesspool longer than I need to be. Does that answer your question? Yeah, it does. Look, he doesn't have to be here. I didn't ask him to be here. Let's whisper to you via your comm link. Ask a silly question. The door is locked. There's a small keycard reader and a comm panel set into the wall just beside it. Alright. Let's go back over here. No way we can't get into that, but I guess. Why? Yeah, I don't know. Like, the weird zooming thing is being weird. Hi, Fiona! The terminal has been left on, and the screen is still active. It has been logged in under the name Albert Trips. Keyboard input has been locked out, and a password entry box hangs in the center of the screen. Bypass the password. Wow, the password was 123456. Damn. We're dealing with a winner here. Terminal, main menu, search the computer. A cursory inspection shows you that this computer has primarily been used to access a host of illicit matrix sites. While there's a full suite of office productivity software installed on the machine, it hasn't been opened in months. Wow, the Landenberg ring really needs to start keeping a closer eye on its employees. Landenberg ring would be, I guess, closer. I'm not surprised. It's only a matter of time before Plotz runs this place into the ground. I've heard that name before. Who is he? Jürgen Plotz. He's the leader of the Landenberg ring. I had to share an office with that miserable son of a bitch for 5 years before we went our separate ways. He's the greediest, most narcissistic piece of work I've ever met, and I work for a loan shark. I'd imagine that he's not a huge fan of you either. No, he's not. Damn, that's a good password, you know? It's like some idiot's luggage combination. Anyway, in the end, it doesn't matter. Mr. Grinder will get paid, and Plotz is gonna write the check. Works for me. Let's keep moving. This desk is an oasis of order amidst the chaos of the rest of the building. Papers and chips are stacked neatly or filed by name and date. There's even an old-fashioned coffee mug filled with a random assortment of graphite pencils and ink pens. Hasenkamp raises an eyebrow. Huh. This desk is actually organized. Must belong to somebody in management. Well, that or an employee with OCD. He shrugs. Sure, that too. Either way, we should keep moving. Time's a wasting. I don't like calling it OCD, but I just wanted to, like, obviously it doesn't have to be. It could just be somebody who is neat. Hang on, there might be something important in here. Let's have a quick look. Fine, whatever, just make it quick. Most of the drawers are neatly stocked with stationery supplies, but nothing interesting turns up. The topmost drawer is locked. You appear to have discovered a compilation of financial reports. Each report details the fiscal health of a small corporation. Taken as a whole, they paint a picture of small business across the whole of Germany. Each corp in the pile seems to have an interesting, innovative project underway. Unfortunately, all are also in dire financial straits, and at least half of them are teetering on the edge of bankruptcy. Despite the corporation's impending insolvency, the files suggest buying heavily into all of them. Apparently, the Landenberg ring sources have led them to believe that all these corporations are on the verge of being acquired by a single megacorp. The file doesn't say which one. A financial crime ring involved in insider trading. Shocking. Now, could we please move on? You sure? Maybe there are some nice binder clips in there for you to play with, or a staple remover for you to steal. Really? Well, then maybe I should take another look. Forget I said anything. Let's go. This place is large. Yeah, why is it doing that? Also, it lets me see the fucking, that's really funny. I don't know what's going on with that. This vent is large enough to fit a drone through. Send drone through. Thanks. Wait, am I pushing the wrong button maybe because of I was playing a different game with a different key for this? Where are my options? Why can I not see my options? Is it like... Oh, I was pushing through. That's what's going on. No cats because I don't have... Here's Seawolf Mom Cat voice. Well, I mean, if one of them comes over, you will. They're just not, you know, hanging out on a place where I want to put where the camera was, and I haven't moved the camera. It's really amazing how hoarding drugs in RPGs is so common. Hi, SL. You find a sheaf of banking information. The data in the paperwork all points to Meat Grinder and contains a long list of financial transactions and known associates. The whole thing is enclosed in a manila file folder labeled Plots. Is Plots actually Meat Grinder? For once, Hasenkamp doesn't complain about the detour. When he sees the information in front of you, he stops dead in his tracks. Why would Plots have Meat Grinder's financial records? To steal from him, most likely. But these records... they don't make any sense. Care to explain that to the rest of us? I want one to comment on that by having a guard smell 100 pounds of skooma on you or something. Oh my god, if Elder Scrolls had like fucking police dogs that smelled drugs, that would be horrible. That'd be the worst. The accountant frowns, staring at the paper printouts in front of him. I know Mr. Grinder's books. I tend them for him, and I'm telling you, what I'm seeing here doesn't add up. In what way? I'm seeing projections for future profits in here that run way outside of the scope of what our organization brings in annually. I don't know how Plots got his hands on the information, but it couldn't be any more wrong. Maybe there's something going on that you don't know about. Could Grinder be working a deal under your nose? Something he wants to keep you insulated from, maybe? No. No way. That would be financial suicide. Mr. Grinder is good at intimidating people and breaking kneecaps. When it comes to keeping the business running, I'm the man that he turns to. Have been for a dozen years. Maybe you should ask Grinder about it when we're done with the run. Yeah. He glances at the folder of information, a conflicted expression on his face. Maybe I should. Picked up a keycard. Well, that's handy. These are locked. Okay, but we can go back over here and presumably use this keycard. I wonder if you can actually convince Blitz to come along or not. because I was thinking if he would have a drone that could go through there. The door is locked. Okay, swipe your key card. Door unlocks with a solid thunk. Who the hell are you? Oh, hello. Do you have a gun? Oh, you do have a gun. He has one gun. Oh my god, I want to see what his stats are. Hasenkampf. Wow! Strength 5, throwing weapon 6? Ranged combat 7, pistol 6? I think that's higher ranged combat than Iger has. This guy is fucking good. Biotech 5? Body 8? Holy shit! This guy's amazing. He's just got really shitty equipment. Oh, what is this? Oh, he's got a hydraulic jack and a target designator. I'd like to say this guy is no accountant. Unless he's like the Ben Affleck accountant or whatever the fuck that was. Alright, we can now open this door. So, the secure area door also will open the teller area door. Interface of this console has been locked. Peering around the terminal, you find an absolute rat's nest of tangled cables running between it and the servers. Install the bypass unpluggable. Got it, Blitz. You should be able to get a patch in. There's a brief pause. Yep, it's all looking good on my end. Nicely done, Chief! Thanks. Now get us into that vault. I'm on it. Alright. Okay. Well, yeah, let's get that. How do I get there? I can't. How do I get into this thing? Why are you not going over here and doing this? An activation bit. Time to go find a socket to plug it into. Okay. Well, it locked me in there, so that doesn't seem like that works. Okay. Puzzles, huh? Alright, Chief. Looks like there's another firewall blocking me from the vault controls. Go on. I'm going to try to get limited access to the facility. You should be able to find a terminal in there that can bring the firewall down. From there, I'll get you access to the vault. Got it. Okay. Oh god, it's gonna need all three of this to get this, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we have to figure out 3 of these that we can get. Yep. Oh. Weird. Alright, well we can go over here and get this one, I guess. Hey Chief, I found something here that you might want to have a look at. What is it? Looks like a sort of persona non grata list for the Landenberg ring. Everyone on here is listed as shoot on sight. There are a lot of names here. Lots of personal information too. Known associates, credit history, holopics, that kind of thing. Alright, so what's interesting about that? Well, there are 3 names on this list I recognized. Well, one of them is mine, naturally. The Landenbergs and the Schweizerherz never did get along. Another is Hasenkampf's. Scoffs. I'm not surprised. These bastards would just love my head on a plate. And Chief, the other one is yours. They've got a whole dossier on you. No idea where they got it from or why, but they have it. I've never even heard of these bastards before tonight, so how the hell do they know about me? No idea. Looks like a new file. It was just uploaded about 20 minutes ago. Hang on a second, there's an attachment. I'll send it to you. What's his voice falls silent. A few seconds later, a brief message appears on the screen of your PDA. Plots. Here's the intel on those unwanted guests that I warned you about. They're coming tonight. Take appropriate precautions. Meat Grinder set his accountant up and us! What a dick! Another message for Plots. I'm not surprised. He tried to micromanage everything when we worked together. Everything had to be exactly how he wanted it all the time. Can't imagine that's changed now. Well, that was very enlightening. Want to delete the files, Chief? Please. A few seconds pass. Done and done. No need to worry about that anymore. That's very reassuring. Thanks, Blitz. So, Hasenkamp didn't comment on how obviously... Wait. Is this like a chickens on the... Yeah, okay. What does this thing do? Uh-huh. We're getting into that teller area. Your calmly cries to life. Hey Chief, I just cracked open a security door somewhere in your area. Might be worth checking out. Will you please tell him to concentrate on the job? We're here to settle his debt, not to hunt for souvenirs. Alright, Blitz, we'll look into it. Great. Hey, thanks for doing that, Blitz. No problem, Chief. It's great to feel appreciated. What the fuck, Blitz? Sigh. Oh, you can actually pick up more than one at a time. I guess that makes sense. Alright, you're clear into the secured area. Keep your eyes open, Chief. There's a tiny chance you might bump into some physical security from here on out. Other than the crazy guy in the server room, you mean? Yeah, other than him. He said that there wouldn't be any security in this building. Hasenkamp sounds tired. Easy in, easy out. No security. That's what you told Mr. Grinder. Those were your exact words. Yeah, well, the situation has changed a bit. Look, I'm not saying that you will hit security. I'm just saying that you might. So just keep your eyes open and lower the next firewall, okay? Alright, so we can go into here and get this thing. Just... What the fuck is that? What did we just pick up? Okay. It's not going to show us what we picked up. But, it was called an MGL, so I'm wondering if it's a fucking grenade launcher. Ghost trick, ghost trick. Is that pistol called a Super Warhawk? Maybe? The accountant's pistol? Let me look. Oops. It is called a Ruger Super Warhawk, a modern revolver that sacrifices ammo capacity and combat options in exchange for massive stopping power. That guy's built. Look at his shoulders. Just going through the whole BioWare catalog, the BioWare Sonic RPG. Oh my god. That would be amazing. Alright. A security room. And here's where we run into some guys. I wish that I could, Oh, hi guy. I see you there. I see more of you there. Look sharp, security. Doesn't look like they see us. Oh, we can see there's windows here. That's so dumb. I love the idea of calling a pistol a super anything. Okay. Okay. Wondering why we can't, like, be prepared to meet the goodest boy. This looks like the terminal was telling you about. Disengage the second firewall. Button depresses with a meaty thunk. That's done it, Chief. The final firewall just went down. I should be clear to access the security node now. Secure node now. Get to it then. Done and done. This will be easy as pie. You wait and see. That's all fine and good, but be quick about it. There were some guards in the other room, and I don't want to be here if they decide to come exploring. Yeah, I'm on it. You two cool your jets. I'll let you know as soon as the vault doors open. I think we'll know when the vault doors open. I think we will know. Think I need any more bits? Just in case, I'm gonna take some bits. Okay. Door control south. Why can't I access this? Weird. I don't know why I can't access it when I'm standing right next to it. Oh, can I actually go around there? I guess I can go around there. Oh, but I still can't access these either. Weird. This feels... Unlock the vault door. There's another telltale crackle of static from your comm link. Blitz's voice fills your ear. His tone is impossibly smug. Alright, Chief, that should do it. Vault's open, and I'm suppressing the alarm. Easy as pie, just like I said. Yes, we're all very impressed. Now let's get this show on the road, shall we? Let's do it. Somehow, I expect this is just gonna be guys. Lots of guys. Nope, not lots of guys. Okay. Oh, there it comes. As you approach the terminal, Hasenkopf steps forward. I'll handle the transfer from here, thank you. Be my guest. Hasenkopf's fingers dance over the terminal's keypad. A progress bar winks into the screen and rapidly climbs toward 100%. Very good. Only one more thing that needs doing, and then we can get out of here. What one more thing? Deal was that we'd get Grinder's money transfer. We've done that. That took care of Blitz's debt to Mr. Grinder. Consider this the interest. Hey, whoa, hold up. I don't owe any interest. Grinder didn't say anything about interest. If you're grabbing things out of safe deposit boxes, we want to cut. Just wait here a moment. I'll be right back. Hasekamp walks to a nearby safe and taps the code into the keypad. The door swings open. He reaches inside and pulls out a small plastic box, then taps the activator on his comlink. Yes, Mr. Grinder. The package is secure. That's right. I'm holding it right now. I'll have it in your hands within the next 15 minutes. Comlink crackles and Blitz whispers to your ear. This is bullshit, Chief. By all rights, that box should be ours. This is our run. Do you even know what the box is, Blitz? Well, no, but I still want it. Remind me, Blitz, what was the purpose of this run? What do you think Grinder would do if we took the box from Hasekamp? Well, there's a long pause, then a sigh. He'd take my thumbs off, wouldn't he? I think that's the safe bet. Damn it. Blitz falls into disgruntled silence. You could hear the soft murmur of Hasekamp speaking into his comlink from across the room. Finally, he taps the power button and deactivates the device. Alright, the deal is done. Let's get out of here. Security! Upon approaching the vault door, two things become immediately apparent. One, when you step into the vault, the door is sealed and latched behind you. And two, there's no obvious way to open it from where you're standing. Hey, Blitz, open the door. Huh? What do you mean, Chief? The vault door, idiot. There's no way to open it from in here. You did account for that, didn't you? There's a long pause. Oops. Oops! I think I might have missed that detail when I planned this run through. This isn't a small detail, Blitz. If you don't get that door open, we're gonna die in here. Easy there, Chief. Just cool your jets and let me get to work on this. I'll figure something out. Don't you worry. Fuck boy. Hasekamp rubs his temples with his free hand. The other cradles the plastic box like a piece of fine china. I knew that something like this was going to happen. Mr. Grinder told me who I'd be checking up on. I just knew it. Right there with you. Oh, come on, Chief. Don't side with that asshole over me. Like I said, I'm going to get you out of there. Just give me 2 more seconds. 1, 2. There's a long pause. Finally, Blitz speaks again. His voice is strained. Alright, Chief. I think that I can see how to get you out of there. Give me the go-ahead. I'm going to try something. But there's a catch. Of course there is. What is it? Well, right now I'm keeping about 4 different alarms from triggering. No big deal. I can handle it. But I won't lie. Opening that door is going to be tough. It'll take concentration. And I don't think I can keep all 4 alarms locked down while I'm doing it. So you're telling me that in order to open the door, you're going to have to set off the alarm. Do I have that right? Well, technically, you set off the alarm when you stepped into the vault. All I'm doing is keeping the signals locked down so they can't get out. And I might be able to release the lock fast enough to catch the alarms before they sound, but I can't guarantee you. Excuse me. How reassuring. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it, Blitz. I got this. I can deck too. Door slides open with a hiss. No alarm sound. Well, yeah, that works too. Why didn't you just do that in the first place? I have no idea. The game didn't let me. We had to go through that whole thing, and I was just like, by the way, I'm a decker too, remember? You hear a loud thunking sound, a heavy-duty mag lock clicking shut. The little light above the exit door goes from green to red. Blitz, I'm detecting a pattern here. Yeah, Chief, I'm getting right on it. What a goddamned train wreck. There's another long pause. The tension mounts. Then your comlink crackles to life again. Okay, Chief, I figured out how to get you out of there. You're gonna have to release a couple of locks. You can find the controls in the rooms to the north and south of your current position. But in order to get those locks, I'm gonna have to hold open the doors for you. Hell with that, I'll just force the doors on my end. Hey, if you want to do it that way to let me stop you, we could probably even do it together. You tackle one door, I'll take the other. What about me? When I've opened my door, I'll need you to run in and release the lock, then get back out. Once we release both locks, you need to get out of there as quickly as possible. I'll lock the place down behind you. He glances down at the plastic box in his arm, then nods. I can do that. So you'll take one door, I'll take the other. Housing comp will run interference. Got it. That's right. Once you release both locks, you need to get out of there as quickly as possible. I'll lock the place down behind you. Oh, and Chief, you're about to have some more company in there. He readies his weapon. Wonderful. Alright, yeah, we got two guys here. Oh, hi! Hello, friends. I don't actually know what alarm state is. You don't have killer? Ugh. So he's got... Let's see. I don't know what the difference between these are, so this week. What? Oh. Whoops. I thought that was all my actions. He has 4 actions? He's got 4 actions. Okay. Oop, that hurt. Don't hit. Oh shit, that hit. Alright. Where can I, like, jack in if I'm gonna open the other door? I don't see anything. Seawolf told him to be nice. What? Who? Oh god, I did pick up this grenade launcher. Holy shit, that's amazing. I have terrible accuracy with it, but... The bad guys, oh. Well, I don't think they're gonna listen to my nice request. Hey guys, let's go in. It's not very nice of them. No, it's not. Well, that's a mage. Oh, ouch. That hurts. Okay, first of all, heal yourself, Blitz. You do have 4 actions. That's cool. Well, none of these are particularly great. So I guess we go hide. Alright, good. We are good. Fortunately, we can only get here in one turn. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're gonna need to run back there. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. good. Really? Oh my god, he's still alive. Wow. Really sad that did not succeed. Oh, Jesus! Oh no. That was a lot of damage on that crit. Nope, I can't heal myself. Does this deal more damage at all? Really wish you had killer blitz. Alright. Oh god. Okay. There we go. What? Oh, my drones don't have actions because I'm down. Fuck. Alright. Can we not back through? Oh god, we can't back through apparently, for some reason. That doesn't make sense to me. Why can't we do that? I have access to your door controls. Say when and I'll force it for you. Once it's opened, you've got to get in there and release the southern lock from the control panel. We're ready! Force it! Kind of. Oh, that's a problem, isn't it? You don't have a trauma kit. Is it possible for... I don't have a trauma kit either. Really? I think I might be screwed. I think we might be restarting this. Because I didn't realize I didn't have any trauma kits on me. Oh god. Oh right, that guy's alive. I forgot to kill him. Oh shit. Except I'm gonna die now. Oh, it's also just an advanced med kit. No, my robot! My robots! What is going on? Oh, mission failed. I died. Okay, reload. Let's try this again. Oh, look at those pink textures. I died in a single hit from one crit to from that guy. I think. He dealt like 34 damage? I have more than 34 hit points. I don't have much more, but... Okay. Can I... God, I don't have any... I don't have the ability to get trauma kits, like, to swap anything out. That's annoying. He does have grenades. Womp womp. Yeah. Also, why couldn't I give the weapon to him? How am I even carrying... Where am I carrying that weapon? It's not in my... I didn't have a slot for it. He has cyberware. Oh, we already know he has cyberware. That's right. He's got a laser designator, Got a cyber arm, another cyber arm, and a hydraulic track leg. There we go. I'm in cover now. I don't actually know how to do this still. Not obvious to me how to force the doors. Key. Oh right, I have these. Should probably use them. What does this do? Like this is a summon, right? Yeah. Okay. What do you do? Bomb! You set off a bomb! Holy shit, that's hilarious. You're just a... okay. Let's get the other program out there. Let's see. Alright, what do you do? Oh, you've got... oh, tar bomb. Area effect matrix attacks. Roost them in place, okay. Please do so. Did that blow up my own guy? Without him exploding? Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? I did not realize that was gonna friendly fire. Alright. I'm now in cover and kind of away from that guy, so that's good. Let's laser designate this guy. And let's fucking blow him up with our teensy amounts of damage. Like, I don't see anything that, I don't know. Fine. It's annoying, but that's fine. Bad. How dare you! Goodbye, attacker program. Thought. No, my armor was broken. Not my armor. Not medic. No, okay, so I get British. Oh yeah, except that didn't work last time, did it? Okay, well, we're gonna run over here then. Maybe I should have shot it again. Right, we can't actually activate it. Enter. Enter. Okay. Oh, I could have sent a drone in there. Well, probably not. Not beforehand, I don't think. That would have obviated this whole thing. Oh, good. Oh, great. Well, we're just gonna leave and start killing other things then, because we're not getting to this door anytime soon. Conjurer, okay. Oh, we want to kill her first. She's probably got less. Okay, that's a problem. She has a good cover. Hey, dude. I feel like throwing one of these good grenades. No, you cannot. Oh, but it's only one action for you to do so. Okay, don't hit me. Wow, she only took 3 damage to that grenade. Ouch. Yeah, that's excuse me. Conjure. That's really good. Really? Oh my god. There we go. Oh, they're just gonna keep coming. How many fucking like turns do I need in between these? I need to do that. Yeah, so it does shit like that. Holy fuck, one shot of the grenade. What is this? Is the captain? Right. But she's standing straight at the open, we still only have a 50% chance to hit, which seems dumb. Hey, nobody came in. Oh, I see. There's a door panel you can activate. Okay. Oh shit, there's one more. Oh no, two more. I was not ready for that. Oh, not yet. That's the one that I already have a drone in. That's not actually helpful. Okay, good night, Fiona. I'm glad you got it sort of working at least. Of course. I don't know how much I did, but I'm happy I could help. There's the buddy. Do you have any more grenades? You don't. Okay. You definitely need some more full cover. Grenadier. Oh, that sounds bad. Does he have an auto reload on his gun? That's pretty good. Ouch. Don't shoot me. Okay, good. What the fuck? Game. Oh my god. That was so bad. I hate this. I hate everything about this. If you didn't see what happened, I was clicking end turn on Blitz because I have to click through them like fucking 4 times before I get back to meat space, and I accidentally hit end turn on the meat space because it clicked by so fast. So I lost a turn and he got shot. Oh my. Maybe. That's done it, Chief. Bail on out of there. Once you both made it into the next room, I'll lock the door behind you. That should buy you a few seconds at least. Well, if there is another one, it's gonna come on out here. Oops. Yeah, we actually need to do this. He needs to, I don't know. Really? Oh, I can see good over here. Also, can we use a med kit on us, please? Thank you. This fucking grenade launcher is making me fucking laugh. This last burst of static from your comm link. That takes care of that. All locked up tight and should be clear to make your exit. Thank God for that. I hate to admit it, Blitz, but you did good back there. No! He didn't! He's the reason we're fucked up in the first place. Hey, thanks, Hasenkamp. Yeah, you too. You sure too ready to get out of there? Do you even have to ask? Alright, let's see what we can do about that. There's a long pause, then Blitz's voice crackles out of your PDA speakers. Head for the front door this time, though. Not the alley. What? Just go with me on this, Chief. The door that you came in through is no good. You want to go out the front. There's a terminal needs you to access. One more button to push. Do that, and we're home free. I still don't see why. Please, Kate Wolf, just trust me on this. And make sure that Hasenkamp comes with you. Gotta make sure that box makes it back to Grinder. If Blitz is in this all as a setup from the start, that would be, like, infuriating. I don't think he is, though. I think he's just fuck up. Did they say there was another? Oh, I guess this isn't the front door. It looks like the front door. Game saved. Well, that's a good sign. Oh, hi, auto turrets. This is the opening lobby. Especially the terminal that Blitz wanted you to use. Its screen is badly scratched, the casing is cracked, but the design tells you that it was originally a part of the bank's security system. Come on, let's get this show on the road. We're almost out of this godforsaken place. Well, you're half right. Cade Wolf is almost out. You, on the other hand, you won't ever leave this building, you son of a bitch. Blitz, what the hell? Shut up and listen, Chief. Hasenkamp is planning on screwing you. I've had a bot digging up intel on the man ever since he stepped into the building together. And let me tell you, he is not trustworthy. Hasenkamp sneers. Says the man who ratted out his own gang. To hell with this. I'm leaving. I wouldn't if I were you. Cade Wolf there can kill you with the press of a button. I can? Well, more accurately, she can give me control of those auto turrets at the press of a button, and then I can kill you. Hasenkamp stopped, looks you in the eye. She wouldn't do that, would she? That all depends on what Blitz has to tell me. Get this, Chief. The son of a bitch isn't really an accountant. He's an assassin, and Grinder's second in command to boot. Making people disappear is his job, Cade Wolf. No way Grinder would have sent him if he intended to let you walk out of there alive. Is that true, Hasenkamp? The bit about my place in Mr. Grinder's organization? Sure. But the part about me killing you? No. I intend to walk out that door, give the box to Mr. Grinder, and go home to my family, like I said. That explains his stats. I told you. Why the lie? Why tell me you're an accountant? It wasn't a lie. I am an accountant, and I'm here in that capacity at Mr. Grinder's request. An edge of irritation creeps into his voice. People can be more than one thing, you know. Don't let him sweet-talk you, Chief. Push the button and let me blow him away. Listen to me. Your pal is a thief, and a killer, and a rat. You push that button, and I'll die, sure. But Mr. Grinder is waiting for me, and he's waiting for this box. And you don't want the kind of trouble that's going to come your way if I don't get it to him. By all rights, that box should be ours, Chief. This was our run. Grinder can't have the money and the box. That's just unfair. See what I mean? That's what this is all about. He wants the box. He doesn't even know what it is, but he's willing to kill an old man for it. How is that not sending up red flags for you? I'm telling you, I work for a lone shark, and I wouldn't feel safe around this guy. I think there's something else going on here. I think that we've all been set up. Hezekiah blinks, explain. I think your boss is in bed with Landenberg Ring, and I think he's the silent partner that we read about. An astonished chuckle erupts from the old man. Mr. Grinder, working with plots, are you high? Yes, but that's besides the point. No, I'm dead serious. I've known Mr. Grinder for 12 years, and I'm telling you, he would never work with that son of a bitch. Besides, if that were true, why would he have sent me in here to help you rob the place? Are you familiar with the phrase, killing two birds with one stone? Don't get cute with me, Cade Wolf. Say what you mean. She isn't being cute, jackass. She's accurately describing the situation. Obviously, Meat Grinder wants you out of the way. Throwing around words like obviously doesn't make them true. Why the hell would Mr. Grinder want to get rid of me? I run his business, for God's sake. I don't know, man, but one thing I can tell you, somebody gave Plots that info on us, and Cade Wolf's name was on that list. Now tell me, other than you, me, and Grinder, who even knew that she'd be coming here tonight? And why wasn't Grinder's name on Plots' kill list? Hazekamp falls silent, but his mouth curls into a frown. We also found those financial projections, remember? The ones that showed a massive increase in Grinder's future profits? His voice comes out flat, disbelieving. Those were fake. Or they were real, and your boss is cutting you out of whatever he has planned. No. No way. Mr. Grinder wouldn't do a thing of like that. Not to me. Use that business acumen of yours. What happens when only two providers of a service merge together? They form a monopoly. You're saying that Mr. Grinder and Plots, they're joining their businesses together, man. Read between the lines. It's actually not a bad scheme, come to think of it. The ring tricks idiots into taking out predatory loans, and Grinder shows up to collect. You get the irony of what you just said, right? Sure, I get it. And you get that your boss is cutting you out of his operation, right? I'm sure that the Landenberg Ring has plenty of accountants. Grinder wouldn't need you anymore. There's a long pause. Hazekamp stares at you, processing what you've just told him. He opens his mouth to speak, then goes, we also have the piece of paper that literally said, these three people will be here to kill. And Hazekamp didn't comment on that, and for some reason I can't bring it up. From what you've told us about Plots, he wouldn't want you in the picture either. There's bad blood between you two, right? Hazenkamp's face has gone ashen. He nods dumbly. Yeah, there is. It all seems pretty clear-cut to me. Well, he glances down at the plastic box cradled in his arms. Son of a bitch. There's a long pause. Finally, Blitz breaks the silence. So, I guess that means we're all on the same team now, right? He nods again. Yeah, that's right. And as a show of good faith, I'll tell you, your pal was right. Grinder sent me here to see that the transaction went through smoothly, yes. But he also wanted me to kill you. Told you! Waste this guy for me. Damn you, Hazekamp. Oh, I actually meant to click damn you, but I clicked the I understand, you're on a job, same as we are. Thanks, I was hoping you would. For what it's worth, you have nothing here to fear from me yet now. I didn't want to kill you in the first place, and now that I've, tendered my resignation, there are only two people who need to worry about me shooting them. Just to be clear, I'm not one of the two people, am I? No, Blitz, you're not. When we get out of here, I have a score to settle with Plots and Grinder, and believe me, I will settle it. Speaking of which, can we talk about how we're gonna get out of here? Yeah, of course, Chief. If you do me the favor of pushing that button, I'll activate the security doors. That's all you're gonna do, right? I'm trusting you here. Of course, man. You got nothing to worry about from me anymore. It's cool, Hasenkamp. You can trust him. I don't know about that. Absolutely, because I'm trustworthy. Now I'll just activate these security doors, and his voice gets out. There's a long pause, punctuated by crackles of static from your comm link. Blitz. His panicked voice punches through your comm link speakers. Somebody in here with me, Chief. Another Decker, and you've got incoming at your local. Voice cuts to static. Get ready, Hasenkamp. We're about to have company. Oh god. And the turrets are all evil. Oh, 2 of the turrets are good. Okay. That's a lot of guys. The intruder's avatar shimmers in the cool ambient glow of the bank's matrix hub. He sneers at Blitz and his hand closes into fists. Oh my god, it's a Tron fight. Who the hell are you, man? I could ask the same of you. You're in my banking system, you little bastard. What? My name is Plotz. I run the Lannenberg ring. That makes this bank and everything in it mine. That means you and your friend are trespassing, and that means that neither of you is going to make it out of here alive. I'm shaking in my boots, man. I mean, seriously. How old are you, by the way? Because you look about 40. The maker's voice is overturned, aching by a menacing smile. I'm still spry enough to ruin your day, punk. Your ass is mine. Okay. He's got a lot of health. I'll give him that. That's also bad because I used mine. Oh shit! We can probably go activate these turrets? Oh, we can. Holy shit. Alright. Yep. Okay, so it's a turret battle. We're trying to grab turrets! Oh god, this is hilarious. The good news is well, no, actually I'm not in cover. That's bad. Okay, I gotta run over here. Let's see here. Let me designate. Grenadier? Wish I had more grenades. I used them though. Alright, buddy, don't get killed by that one. That's good. Ooh, yeah, let's get that guy going. Well, he's got like no health, so that's good. What did she just do? She ran down here and then ran back. I guess she didn't see. Or she got confused. Okay, good. That's... Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Shit. Don't steal my turret! Damn, stole my turret. This is a really funny battle. Just fucking running around grabbing these turrets. Alright, gotta not die. Oh, ouch. Don't steal my turret. Oh, he finally hit me. So I gotta heal now. Oh god, don't hit me. I got all 4! Collect all 4! Ooh, ouch, he hit me again. Now he's hitting me, that sucks. What? How did he? Oh, I guess he got it in that turn. Oh, I should probably have healed him. Whoops. Alright, well, blow up this turret. Or not, because it's... got a lot of HP. Oh god, there's more of them. Lots more. I really need to heal this guy. Okay, he's not dead, he's not dead. Okay, that's good. Don't hit me. Alright. Shit. He's almost dead. Alright, we gotta heal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, you heal yourself, buddy. HP 20, HP 30. How much HP do you need healed? A lot, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's start. start. She had a grenade. Conjurer. Okay. Yeah, you know, that's just how that goes, isn't it? Of course it is. Spirit. Other mission's gonna take the whole time. I do not think that this would be that long of a mission. Oh, she lost control of it and it killed her! Okay, that might actually be bad. I mean, it's killing them, but also it dealt a bunch of damage to me. Plots is down and all 4 turrets are back under my control. Go to town, Chief. I've got you covered. Yeah, so now we don't have to keep cutting back to that, thankfully. Oh yeah, he just auto. Okay, first of all, he was so smart. Ay, ay. Ouch. Oh god, no. No, shoot them! Oh, my drones are both gone. Oh no. Oh god, another grenade. Just got a lot of grenades. Okay, it's a flashbang. How is she in cover from the thing that's... Oh, it just went to the next round because we're both stunned with no actions. That's hilarious. What else doesn't make Oh, my poor drones. I'm so bad with this grenade launcher that I randomly have. Oh, we can use this. Oh my god, she's healing! She's got a hit medkit. Just die already! Why won't you just die? I wonder if I'm ever gonna hit with a grenade. I hit with the killing blow with a grenade! The gunfire dies down and the smoke clears. You and Hazuka find yourselves staring at one another across a room stacked with corpses. Well, that takes care of that. And now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take care of Mr. Grinder. Tosses something to you. Reflexively, you snatch it out of the air. The object feels smooth and warm to the touch. It's the plastic box that Hazuka pulled out of the safe deposit box. My former employer won't be needing this anymore. Give it to your pal, Blitz. I'm sure that you can find a use for it. Hey, alright! What does it do? Beats me. From the connections on the bottom, it looks like I was made to plug into a cyberdeck. Beyond that, I'm as in the dark about the thing as you are. All I know is that Grinder wanted it. That should be good enough for the red-haired disaster. Anyway, I've got things to do, and I should get to them. If I hurry, I can have Grinder dead in a dumpster, and still get home in time to read the grandkids a story. What about plots? Never did like the man. I'll give him a chance to scurry away, then let him get his hopes up for a day or two. Then I'm gonna chuck his ass into a wood chipper. Good luck, Cousin Camp. Don't need it, but thanks anyway. Turns to leave. You did good, Kate Wolf. You ever get tired of running in the shadows, come see me. I could find a place in my organization for a woman like you. What organization? The organization you're part of just tried to kill you. Guess he's gonna start building. Yes, let's exit and finish off for the night. The ride back to the Kreutz Bazaar is a lonely one. The train car smells a little better than the one you rode in on. It isn't great, but at least it doesn't leave you gagging. Still, things are looking up. You've helped Blitz pull himself out of hot water. With any luck, you'll never have to set foot in Drogon Kippa again. After a long, boring trip, the car rails to a stop. The doors slide open. You're home. God, excuse me. Fuck. I'm gonna get 2 karma from that whole mission. I want to talk to Blitz before we stop. Oh, hey, Chief, you're back, and you got the box, right? Takes an eager step toward you, his hand. He's gonna keep it here, if you please. Not just yet, Blitz. First, we need to chat about that whole meat grinder fiasco. Yeah, okay, sure, we can talk about it. Do a little post-mortem on the op, that sort of thing. Try to smile. For my part, I'd say that it went great. I mean, mission accomplished, right? All's well that ends well and all that. In the future, we're going to let Amsel do the planning for things like this. He's good at it. Yeah, that's fair. He's had a lot of experience in planning this sort of thing. He shuffles his feet. One advantage of being an old guy, I guess. So, anyway, was there anything specific that you wanted to go over? Drums his fingers on the table. Go on, I'm all ears. The vault door. Was it really an accident? His mouth dropped open. Of course it was, Chief! I'm shocked that you even ask! What'd you think, that I purposely stranded you in a bank vault? I mean, what kind of asshole would I have to be to do that? If that wasn't part of your plan, then it was an oversight of epic proportions. You can see how that isn't much better, right? Also the kind who would sell out his own gang, yeah. Oh, come on, Chief, like you've never made a mistake. Look, you can boss me all you like. Aside from that one little detail, the plan was perfect. I'm proud of my performance in there. It sounds like you're in the clear with Hazenkamp. Do you have any other debts that I need to worry about? Nah, nothing worth mentioning. And I mean it this time. We've been making good money, and I've paid off everyone else already. Got nothing more to worry about for me. Alright, Blitz. I guess you've earned this. Whatever it is. Alright. Thanks, Chief. Blitz turns the box over and over in his hands, a huge grin on his face. Let's plug this puppy in and see what it does. With a series of deft motions, Blitz pops the plastic cover on an unused expansion slot in his cyberdeck and slides the mystery box home. A recessed LED light in the box goes from red to green. He boots off the deck, staring at the code that scrolls across his integrated display. Huh. Well, this is weird. The data hard-coded into this thing is jam-packed with comlink software. Looks like it has protocols for all the major brands. Sysadmin level tools, too. And there's something else. What do you see, Blitz? Slowly, a smile spreads across the face. This thing is like a master key for communication systems. With this box plugged into my deck, I could act the comlink of just about anyone in the same room as me. How is that useful? Okay, I can see how that's useful immediately. I don't know why I have to ask that. Use your imagination, Chief! Just about every security goon in Berlin is wired to a comm system of some kind or another. If I can hijack those comms, then I can cause all sorts of confusion in the ranks on our runs. It's one hell of a toy. I can see why Grinder wanted it. Well, I can't wait to see what you do with it. Also, remember, he didn't want it. He was planning on killing all of us. It was all a setup. Yeah, Chief. He grins. Me neither. So is there anything else you want to talk about? Or can I start playing around with this thing? Alright, Blitz, I'm satisfied. Can we talk about something else? Sure, Chief. What do you want to talk about? Oh, what's going on, Blitz? Blitz stares at you past you as he speaks, avoiding eye contact. Really? What's now? Oh, nothing much. Doing fine. Why do you ask? Because you don't seem fine. Do you care? It has an impact on your job performance. You bet I do. Chief, please. I always operate at 100%, especially when I'm on a run. Well, anyway, I'm glad you're able to put those worries about the past behind you. Actually, Chief, I wouldn't say that's true. To be completely honest, what you just said was totally false. I decided to look into Emily's disappearance again. Before you blow a gasket, you should know that I turned up a clue. Alright, spill it. What did you find? Well, I did some housekeeping, and I discovered something. On the morning that Emily disappeared, some information vanished from my cyber deck. She did a good job of covering her tracks, but I can see the signs. She grabbed the data and ran. End of story. So she doesn't want to see you. So leave her alone. What kind of data are we talking about? No idea, Chief. I grabbed it on a lark when me and Emily were goofing around in the Matrix. The file was encrypted all to hell, and I never could get it open. I only took the damn thing because she told me not to. She said the security would be too tight. I'd get myself killed. But I waltzed in on there and took it all the same. You should have seen me, Chief. It was a thing of beauty. I don't think I've ever been as much on my A game as I was that day. Blitz, where did you take this data from? A corporate database, you know, no big deal. Which corporation, Blitz? Oh, you know, no one important. Blitz continues smiling at you for a second, then looks away. I stole the file from Mass Technology. This tinge of red crawls into Blitz's cheeks. He shuffles his feet. In hindsight, it might not have been the best of ideas. You think? Yeah, I guess. Emily wasn't too impressed either. Her only really big fight was over that stupid file. Anyway, time passed. Eventually we made up and left the whole thing off. Or at least I thought we did. Truth be told, I forgot all about it until I realized the data had gone missing. My advice is to walk away, Blitz. Alright, so the love of your life took your encrypted file and bailed on you. What are you going to do about it? I mean, my advice is to walk away, but I don't know, Chief. This whole incident has me rethinking a lot of things. What if she took the file to protect the Azzies? What if she's with them? I gotta admit, this has me worried. I'm even more torn up now than I was before. He meets your gaze, and you can see the concern gnawing at him. I don't know what to do. I open to suggestions. I feel like I shouldn't tell him to drop it on Move On because I want to see how this plays out, but also, he should totally drop it and move on. Yeah, your ex did you a favor. If the Aussies haven't come after you yet, they probably aren't going to, so drop it and move on. That's what I'm going to say. Maybe you're right. I'll try to let it go. He shakes his head. I just hope that I'm wrong about all this. Glad that we settled that. Let's talk about something else. Alright. Let's go in here and save up for the night. Alright. Thank you all for joining me tonight for Shadowrun Dragonfall. I will be back tomorrow night with, No, I won't be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's day off, or day not streaming, so I won't be back tomorrow night. I will be back next week with more of this on Tuesday, and we'll be back on Thursday. Hopefully doing Solaris modding. Solaris is a little bit, modding is a little bit, depends a lot more on my mood than other games because it's like, you know, kind of it involves a lot more thinking, so Sometimes it doesn't happen, but we'll hopefully. The other games I play, you can see below the stream, although I need to update Saturday and Sunday. I haven't done that yet. I meant to do that last night, and I forgot. Cell. Okay. Yeah, so, you can follow me for notifications when I'm live. You can sub for emails of my cats. Oh, there's one on camera now, or has a little bit, kind of. I don't know how long he's been there, or how much you could see him. Oh, yo. Good boy. Yeah. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate those of you who watch and those of you who chat. I hope to have you join me again. Goodbye.
So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together
in the box,
and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet again.